choose to stay like this and enjoy more of this and this. It's a new stay. Courtyard.
Traveling is more than just connecting destinations. It's connecting careers. Connecting experiences. Connecting friends. Connecting families. Connecting people. Marts, the smart way to travel since 1908. Where can we take you? For more information, visit martsgroup.com. Traveling is more than just connecting destinations. It's connecting careers. Connecting experiences.
If she ain't happy, she got to go. Tell her don't waste my time. Police wanna stop me, search my clothes. Tell her don't waste my time. If it ain't money, I ain't involved. Tell her don't waste my time. Waste man waffling down my phone. Tell her don't waste my time. No, no, no. Tell her don't waste my time. 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 No, no, no. Tell her don't waste my time. 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 No, 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 no.
Test, test, test. Test, test, 1, 2. Good evening from the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus. This evening, the Tampa Spartans take on North Greenville from Tigerville, South Carolina. I'm Bruce Wozniak here to call the action for you between 2-3 UT and 2-4 North Greenville. The Spartans have fallen mightily. They were ranked number 9 just last week and now have fallen all the way down to a number 19 ranking. They control the initial face-off. You see them going from right to left on your screen, wearing all white with red helmets. North Greenville, on the other hand, wearing red and black. And starting in goal for North Greenville tonight, Cameron Meyer. And at the other end of the field for UT, BJ Borowski gets the start once again. And two teams that are going in opposite directions. Is it fair to say that, with UT having dropped their last 2 games? They fell in a game here the other day, 11-10, what we called an upset, losing to Assumption. That was on Sunday afternoon, and that was preceded by a game last Wednesday night here at home, a 19-11 defeat at the hands of number 2 Adelphi. So 0-2 so far in this 3-game homestand, and meanwhile, for the opponent tonight, wow, North Greenville has won 2 in a row by a combined score of 31-16. So with all due respect to North Greenville, I think if you would have told Spartan observers that coming into tonight's game, one team would be on a 2-game win streak by that combined score, and the other team would have dropped their last 2, the assumption, which is always a bad word, would have been that it was UT that was riding the 2-game win streak. So obviously looking to close out the homestand tonight victorious before they take to the road. And certainly for North Greenville, wanting to keep those winning ways, UT needing a win to get back to 500, while North Greenville, as I mentioned, coming in at 2-4, looking to rebound from what obviously, you can do the math, was a season-opening 4-game losing streak. And you see North Greenville now able to advance the ball across midfield. As they work to my right. And I should mention a unseasonable night here in West Central Florida. A game time temperature of just 61 degrees, and there's the opening goal as the Crusaders score at the 2:34 mark for a 1-0 lead.
Can you press edit home score? That's 0.
So not the start.
Who's that, Derek?
Pardon the captain obvious, but head coach Rory Whipple certainly would have liked to have seen his team get not only the game's first goal, but obviously the first couple. And they're going to have to play from behind, at least insofar as a 1-0 Crusader lead here in the early on.
Goal scored by number 23, Austin Dixon. The goal was unassisted.
Goal was scored by Austin Dixon, who is the Crusaders' leading goal scorer, assist getter, and point getter so far in 2019. That'll be his 12th goal of the year. Puts him up to 18 points on the season. And the Crusaders with the possession here, working in the Tampa end of the field. They have it down in behind the Spartan net. And working back there is Austin Dixon. His pass over, and the play to the far side of the field.
I told Laura about pushing it back. She said she would.
And a move now. Still with it, Fletcher Stevenson, and leaves a pass back. This is Alex Prawley being chased there underneath the check of Casey Platanik, and it goes out of play behind the UT net. The Crusaders maintain possession, and they put it in play. A quick move there and a pass up top, long shot coming, and Borowski, I believe, got a piece of that one as it rolls towards the far corner. Now they break out of the far corner towards the net, stopping, a pass over, deep in behind B.J. Borowski. A quick move there, and nothing doing as UT slides over Luke Robidoux defensively there to cover. And a shot, well, it might have been a pass perhaps, looking for the quick stick on the goal crease, but the Crusaders able to control. There's a shot, they score! So NGU, they don't quit. Working hard down in the Tampa end of the field. And it results in a Kyle Hunziker goal. And that comes at the 4:07 mark for a 2-0 lead for North Greenville.
27 unassisted. Thank you.
Crusader goal scored by number 27, Kyle Hunziker. Goals unassisted.
And now UT controls that face-off. Following the second Crusader goal. And they go to work here. Kansai Gary flips it into the far corner. And now they move it here to the near side as Curran sends it up top. Chris Cox, his pass over for Gary. Kansai Gary on the move. Leaves a pass back, now backing up is Jake Levine. Levine looking like he wants to go one-on-one with the defender. Thinks he has a step, sends a pass behind the net. Now Kilkowski. And quickly they work the perimeter, and it's all the way back around to Kansai Gary again. And this time he'll try the other side. No, stops, goes back to his right, back to the left again. Gary looking for a lane, goes down. Here's a shot. That's going to go way wide and out of play, and possession will remain with the Spartans. And a whistle by the officials. As it looks like we're going to have some discussion about the shot clock, perhaps. As Harry Kilkowski waits on the far side of the field in the far corner, now puts it in play. And UT works a pass up top Kansai Gary at work once again. Up for Chris Cox. Curran down low, and here comes Kilkowski. Scores! Harry Kilkowski with his 10th goal of the season. And so the Spartans get on the board 5 minutes and 29 seconds into this game with an unassisted goal from the freshman who came into tonight's game tied for the team lead in goals. So he assumes it for the time being. And a little shot to the arm, shot to the confidence of the Spartans here as they go back to work offensively. Lots of changes being made as Jake Moshe McGraw comes on along with Matt Vetter. Hunter Van Horn going off. And now out there and receiving that pass, Dom Mazza. Mazza fakes a pass. Here's a shot coming and fired that one wide and out of play. Possession remains with UT. So the Crusaders open the scoring with 2 goals, and Kilkowski answers back to reduce the lead as Jake Moshe McGraw is on the move. Had a little bit of room. The lane closed up. There's a pass that missed. It'll be chased down and picked up. And does he keep it in? Kilkowski stepped on the line. So a turnover by the Spartans as NGU will start it out of their own end. Once Sky Dupree puts it in, and he does, sends it to his goaltender Meyer, and they'll try the other side of the field. Pass that misses, and so now turned over by the Crusaders, and quickly back come the Spartans. Legging it down across the line, there's a shot, and goes out of play. A long shot for the Spartans there, attempted by Dylan Carter. And Kilkowski puts it back in, gets the return pass from Colin White. Up top now with Matt Vetter. Vetter looking as Mazza steps on, gives it to him. And meanwhile, Ronnie Scholl goes off the field, and out comes Cormac McCarthy on the back end. Meanwhile, in the offensive end, here's Matt Vetter looking for a little bit of space. Doesn't like what he sees, tries the middle, and Vetter gets under a check, takes a shot, scores! Bounces it through the legs of Cameron Meyer, and we are all tied up 2-2 as Matt Vetter gets an unassisted goal. And for Vetter, that is his 10th goal of the year, scored at exactly the 7-minute mark. Courtyard by Marriott, located at 3805 West Cypress in Tampa, is the official host hotel of the Spartans. When you visit, be sure to ask for the UT rate for huge savings. Courtyard by Marriott, simply refreshing. Ross Dickerson battling on that face-off. It's still loose, picked up by the Crusaders, and back they will come. And with a little bit of speed there, Colin Courtney turned on the wheels, and now they'll reset up top with Brendan Sullivan, and he watches as Matt Somjak comes in. Here is Somjak, pair of number 5s as he speeds past Gavin Perry. They put a pass in behind the Spartan net that comes right back out up top. These teams look like they want to use their speed so far tonight in the early going of this first quarter. And now a double team, and they had an opportunity on the goal line extended, opted to pass up top instead. And now they move it over to the near side to Chris Carpenter. Carpenter, for just a moment, they had 2 defenders on him, but Hunter Van Horn carries on to take care of the ball behind the net. Here's a pass and a shot coming. A score! Alex Prawley gets his 9th goal of the year, up Just a minute and 6 after the Spartans had tied the game at 2.
Assisted by number 5, Matt Somjak.
Pizza Hut is a proud sponsor of UT Athletics. Call Pizza Hut today at 813-251-3399 to get your pizza delivered right to your doorstep from Pizza Hut. And on the ensuing face-off, controlled nicely there and taking it towards the Crusader line. That's Ronnie Schull. And Kilkowski now as they leave it for Kansai Gary. He'll take it all the way out. And we're going to see a change here as Luke Curran comes on, receives the pass, and Ronnie Schull goes off. Now a pass sent behind the net. And on the other side, up top, it's Kansai Gary. Gary, a pass over. And that's Jake Levine. Harry Kilkowski will put this one back in from the near corner.
Just because they were from North Carolina. Like, they were so
And Kilkowski
like we were.
takes it towards the net, looking for a white shirt in front, doesn't see it. Tries for Luke Curran. His high shot goes out of play in behind goaltender Cameron Meyer. And possession remains with the Spartans. Kilkowski being watched there by Dupree. Kilkowski takes a shot, didn't get through, and it's turned over as the Crusaders will start back. This is Dupree crossing midfield. Now sends a pass over on the far side. And North Greenville is going to make personnel changes. And the pass given to Fletcher Stevenson. He waits as Kyle Hunziker steps on the field. Hunziker has one of the 3 goals thus far. And here's Carpenter. And a pass was deflected by the UT defender, and so it's turned over. And the Spartans catch a break there as they quickly put it in. Moving it up across the Crusader line. Pass down was dropped and picked right back up. On the far side of the field is Colin White, sends it up top for Moshe McGraw. And Dom Mazza steps on and receives the pass from him. Looks to the sideline and now gives it to Matt Vetter, who had just stepped on. Matt Vetter, who has one of the 2 Spartan goals, sends a pass over. And a fake, now a shot taken, didn't get through. And a ground ball, 4 of them battle for it. And it's kicked at, and coming out of the pack with it is North Greenville. Now the Crusaders go to work offensively. And they have it in the near corner. That's Carpenter. His pass connects with Thomas Cesare. That's Fletcher Stevenson on the far side. Up top they reset with Alex Prawley. Prawley going one-on-one. And nice play defensively there by Dylan Carter for the Spartans. And likewise for Matt Vetter, who's playing tough on Chris Carpenter as the ball goes out of play in the far corner of the field. Possession remains with the Crusaders. They put it back in, 3:45 to go here in the first quarter. 3-2, North Greenville in the lead. They scored the game's first goal, second goal, allowed the next 2, and have since retaken the lead. And a pass up top now, Stevenson. Here's a shot coming, bounce shot. Borowski got a piece of that one from Chris Carpenter, saw it the whole way. And now play resumes. Carpenter wants to try it again, passes instead. And now a shot coming that, again, didn't get through. That's at least 3 so far tonight. And the 2 teams combined, unofficially by my count. And up top with it is Alex Prawley. Prawley on the move. There's a pass and a shot coming. Borowski got a piece of that one. The rebound not controlled. And the Crusaders grab it. The official says no, that's UT ball. So the Spartans start back. And crossing midfield, tiptoeing on the far side, that's Jake Mosher McGraw. And sends a pass down into the far corner. That's Kilkowski. Pair of number 3s in behind the goaltender Cameron Meyer. And popping out on the other side as UT making personnel changes again. Gary connects a pass for Luke Curran to Cox and back to Curran once again. And he'll return favor to Kansai. Gary on the move. Leaves a pass, nothing there for Jake Levine. Curran has a little bit of room. And now he'll try from a different angle. Pass over, and Cox looked like he wanted to shoot. Makes the pass. Play carries on. And now a shot coming from Levine goes out of play. Up top now, Curran to his left over for Chris Cox. Cox with a spin move, wanted to shoot, and a defender slid over just in time. Good ball movement by the Spartans. That one's dropped, however, ground ball, and picked up by North Greenville right as the shot clock had expired. I was about to say opportunistic for the visitors, but that one gets thrown away. So possession goes right back to UT as we're down to 1:19 left in this opening quarter. And the Spartans will put it in on the far side of the field in the person of Kansai Gary. And this is Matt Vetter with it. Vetter as Dom Mazza steps on, and so does Jake Mosher McGraw. A pass into the far corner. In behind the net, Kilkowski returns the favor. And now they'll reset up top with Dom Mazza. Mazza for Matt Vetter. Vetter's going to go one-on-one, and now thinks otherwise. Sends a pass in the middle in front, and a shot, scores! And a flag is thrown right after the goal is scored. Colin White putting it in behind Cameron Meyer for the 3-3 tie. And on top of it, we may have a call against the Crusaders, as we'll wait for the officials to give that one to the scorers table. In the meantime, Colin White with the unassisted goal. And for White, that's his 10th goal of the season. And indeed, it does look as though we have a penalty being called against the Crusaders. It's a penalty being called against Corey Long. A 1-minute penalty for a body check. Comes with 44.1 seconds left here in the first quarter. So let's see what UT does with this man-up situation. As they have just tied the game at 3. They have not led yet in this game.
I mean, North Greenville has a really nice school that we played there.
On the far side of the field. Here's Matt Vetter.
Yeah, that's a really nice school. They have great facilities.
Up top, moved back to Vetter again. Down low behind the net, Kilkowski looks, gives it to Vetter. 9 seconds. And Moshe McGraw with a shot, and seeing that one all the way and making the save was Cameron Meyer. And the clock will expire on this first quarter of play.
Quarter
And so we reached the end of the first quarter with the score tied at 3, but keep in mind there is still time left on the penalty against Corey Long of North Greenville. Fans, are you thirsty? Grab a Pepsi. Pepsi has been bringing fun and refreshment to consumers for over 100 years. 3-3 at the end of the first quarter. In case you missed some of the game, I'll recap the scoring. Goals for North Greenville have come off the sticks of Alex Prawley, as well as Austin Dixon and Kyle Hunziker. And meanwhile for UT, same thing, 3 different goal scorers. Harry Kilkowski has scored for the home team, as has Colin White and Matt Vetter. The only assist between the two teams combined was awarded to Brendan Sullivan of the Crusaders. So there's going to be 16 seconds still to go in this man-up situation for the Spartans when the second quarter starts, and of course the teams will switch ends. The Spartans, and again, I don't want to come down too hard on them, 2-3 thus far in 2019, but one area that they have excelled in, regardless of having a one-loss record below 500, is face-offs. And you saw that again in the first quarter as UT won 5 of the 7 face-offs.
77.
Shots on goal were even in the first quarter, 6-6, although a better on-goal percentage for the Crusaders. 6 of their 8 shots were on goal, whereas for the Spartans, 6 of 14 were on goal. So the teams are back out on the field now, ready to resume play. And the Crusaders started up. 10 seconds left in their penalty. And this is Sky Dupree, a loose ball. And how about Dupree down on the ground and still able to battle for that ground ball? A bunch of them in a scrum, and it pops out and finally is picked up by the Spartans as Jack Tyrell came out with it, although the penalty did expire. So North Greenville back at full strength, and there's a pass down low and moved over now for Colin White. White in behind the Crusader net. His pass over for Kilkowski. Up top now with Vetter to Jake Moshe McGraw. And now Dom Mazza. Mazza wants to go one-on-one. Trying to get past his check. Hunter Crandall still with it. Now gives it up for Moshe McGraw. And a long shot coming from him is going to go high and out of play. Possession remains with the Spartans. We are 1:05 into the second quarter. Deadlocked at 3. There's a pass right in front. Scores! Colin White was left wide open, and all he had to do was deposit that one in behind Cameron Meyer. Made it look easy, and the Spartans have their first lead of the game as Colin White gets his second goal of the game, and for White that will be his 11th of the season. So he and Kilkowski are now tied for the team lead with 11 goals, as noticeable by his absence again tonight, as was the case on Sunday when the Spartans lost to Assumption. Andrew Q. No number 42 on the field for the home team tonight. As play back underway, North Greenville, that one goes out of play in behind B.J. Borowski. Up top, that's Fletcher Stevenson for the Crusaders. Stevenson sends a pass over and now gets it back. Looked like he was going to and did. Tries the other side with Kyle Hunziker. And left for a shot there. It goes out of play was Thomas Cesare. And the Crusaders will put it back in from behind the UT net They send it quickly up top to Alex Prawley. Prawley over, there's a shot, and might have been deflected. Cesare with the shot. Borowski made the save nonetheless. And the Spartans has some animated traffic directing there by Luke Robidoux as it's played back to Borowski. And is it thrown away? It is. The Crusaders come out of the pile with that one, and they streak back towards the Spartan end of the field. Right in the slot, they score. That was almost tic-tac-toe, as much as Colin White was left open at the other end of the field for his goal. It was the same thing that we just saw as Chris Carpenter scores for North Greenville. And we're back into a tie game once again.
Number 31, Chris Carpenter. Assisted by number 33.
The assist goes to Chris Weichhorst. Did you know that our team has its own official orthopedic physicians? Let's give a big shout out to Dr. Seth Gasser and the Florida Orthopedic Institute and their sports medicine team for keeping our players safe and providing athletic training services and medical care to UT student athletes. And now the face-off following that fourth Crusader goal, and the Spartans come away with it. As that one's played back for Cormac McCarthy. And Borowski, now the goaltender, moves it up for Gavin Perry. Perry on the move, splits two defenders, crosses midfield, and now gains the Crusader line, sends a pass up ahead to Kilkowski, and he'll send it in behind the NGU net. Pass back over to the far corner to Kilkowski, moves it up the far side. And up top with it, Kansai Gary over for Luke Curran, runs into and now past his check. Curran on the move. Pass in behind the net to Kilkowski, and up top, it's dropped and picked right back up by Kansai Gary. Playing catch now with Chris Cox. Gary back to the other side. Here's Luke Curran. Curran with a spin move, steps past his check. Now a second Crusader comes over, so they send it back up top. Gary on the move, a pass in the slot doesn't connect, and it goes right to the goaltender Meyer, and he holds on and settles it down as NGU will start it out of their own end with a pass right near the Tampa coaches, as it's Hunziker that moves up into the UT zone. Pass in behind the Spartan net. Austin Dixon. Up top now, Stevenson. And joining him is teammate Alex Prawley, who has the ball. Prawley across the line, a pass right in the middle. Backhand shot, scores! And BJ Borowski not happy there. And I'm sure that those sentiments are shared on the Spartan sideline by head coach Rory Whipple, as the Spartans have fallen behind again. Score now 5-4. Their first and only lead of the game was short-lived.
Crusaders goals go by number 1, Fletcher Stevenson.
Fletcher Stevenson
Assisted by number 6.
gets the goal, and Alex Prawley with the assist. And now the face-off. That goal coming 4 minutes, 26 seconds into the second quarter. And the Spartans, Ross Dickerson wins it, takes it in himself. Now sends a pass over for Kilkowski. And going off are Sam Collingwood and Ross Dickerson. Out comes Dom Mazza and Jake Mosher McGraw. That's Mosher McGraw with the ball now for Mazza. And on the near side now to Matt Vetter. Vetter with a little skip move, breaks in, takes a shot, and a nice save made by Meyer. Spartans get the rebound as Kilkowski moves it over to the far side. Up top now. And Mazza was given a good cushion there, some room to work with. Opts to send it in behind the net. A big check applied there to Colin White. Play carries on. Mazza, as Colin White wants it back. Shot, scores! No. Well, something went in the net. It might have been the end of the goaltender's stick. And there was also the potential for a crease violation there, so play goes back the other way as they give it up for Prawley. Prawley being watched by Vetter. There's a pass and a save made by Borowski. And I'll tell you what, Chris Carpenter was left wide open. There's too many charcoal gray uniforms in terms of offensive players who are being left unchecked. Spartans need to check their peripheral vision, defensively at least, as this is Stevenson. Pass over for Prawley. A 5-4 lead for the visitors. And now there's a long shot. They score. Borowski thought he had it, extending the left leg out, but beating him along the ground
27
was Kyle Hunziker.
Goal scored by number 27, Kyle Hunziker.
I thought he'd be starting.
The goal was unassisted.
He played so well last night. I feel like 50%.
I thought he would be in.
Hunziker gets his second goal of the game.
Off the bench, though.
They call him
Score is 6-4 with 8:33 to go here in the first half. Offering business travelers high levels of comfort, service, and amenities, visit Crown Plaza Hotels and Resorts. Crown Plaza, the place to meet.
So I've been friends with him.
And a collision there as Ross Dickerson
I could not have my phone.
took a heavy shot
Broke my heart.
and was slow in getting up.
I went to a basketball game
And now he comes off.
with Hunter and my brother.
And the Tampa coaches giving the official an earful.
Went to see them. I'm glad the Celtics beat the Warriors. But yeah.
Meanwhile, Spartans in possession as Matt Vetter sends it up top for Mazza. Now over to Jake Moshe McGraw.
If I ever went to the Warriors, I would.
And a nice move there. Moshe McGraw backs out, sends a pass up top, and looked like there was going to be a shot taken. Instead, they passed it in behind the net
Kyrie might.
as the Spartans looking for some offense. Vetter takes a shot. Nice save made there by Cameron Meyer. As we are now halfway through the second quarter.
Someone say like you don't know what you have, and it was like Kevin.
North Greenville slow in getting it out of their own end, and there's the long pass
I was like,
that does connect,
imagine if they.
and it's up top now with Brendan Sullivan.
I guess they all just.
Pass on the far side of the field, and they send it down behind Borowski's net,
But besides Jack Tyrell
and now turned over, and so a break for UT there
and like if anyone else could undo.
as they need to get themselves back into this game, trailing by 2.
Those are really hurt.
Game started off 2-0.
It doesn't help that
They got it to 2-2. It went to 3-2. And as I mentioned, the Spartans have only led once so far in this game, playing from behind currently. And this is Luke Curran on the run. Curran has a little bit of room, sends a pass behind the net to Kilkowski on the far side, and now breaking in a shot. Nice save made there by Cameron Meyer. Boy, has he been busy in this first half of play. Cameron Meyer with 6 saves already, and there's still more than 6 minutes left in just the second quarter.
Does men have offsides?
The Crusaders
Is it at the mid?
are actually out shooting the Spartans 11-10. And there's a pass intended for Chris Cox, misses,
Like you have to have a mid.
and it's chased down and goes out of play. So UT turns it over, and the Crusaders started out now. Slowing it down is Sky Dupree. He'll send it over to his teammate on the far side of the field. Dupree
Crazy how it's like very similar.
was trying to tell his teammate where to send the pass and got it returned to him instead. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout.
You guys a t-shirt toss. So go ahead.
Timeout is called by North Greenville with 5:21 to go in the second quarter. And a reminder, in 5 minutes 21 seconds lacrosse time, when we reach halftime, there will be no audio on the broadcast. Do not adjust your viewing device. Just set a timer for 10 minutes to be back in time for the call of the third quarter. You will still see video on your screen, but the audio portion of our broadcast will go silent during halftime. The official chariot of the Spartans is Mart's First Class Coach. If you need to charter a bus, go online to www.martsfirst.com. That's Mart's with a Z, M-A-R-T-Z, martsfirst.com.
Oh, sorry. That's it.
5 different goal scorers for the visitors. And to this point, only Kyle Hunziker has a multi-goal game. He has a pair. As you see, the team's back out on the field following that timeout that was called by the visitors. And NGU will put it back in from the far side. Outside the UT line, that's Matt Somjak. Got a step, made a pass. And now Somjak got it back. Surveying the offensive zone, sends a pass over on the other side.
Drives over, gets pulled over.
And some heavy defense being applied against Brendan Sullivan as it's down in behind the UT net. And right in the goal crease, they did put the ball in, but the officials immediately wave it off and say no goal. Presumably a crease violation, as very quickly the Spartans advance. It's already past midfield as Hunter Van Horn brings it up to the NGU line. It's pass over for Kilkowski, now down in the far corner. In the near corner now gets the return pass from Colin White, and they'll try the other side of the field. And now up top, as it's Jake Moshe McGraw playing catch with Matt Vetter. Wanted to send it to Dom Mazza, had to hesitate, and then did. And Mazza looking to go one-on-one here with Hunter Crandall. And now here comes Vetter, turning the corner, pass in the middle, and taken down. And we do get a whistle. Shaking it off and getting back up, Jake Levine for a UT was the player who had gone down. And the Spartans put it back in with exactly 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Vetter on the far side, bounce shot, scores! Matt Vetter gets his second goal of the game, and the Spartans are back to within 1 at the 11:06 mark of this second quarter. An unassisted goal by Matt Vetter, who picks up his 11th goal of the season. So a log jam atop the UT goal scoring leaders, as Vetter, White, and Kilkowski all now have 11 goals each. And we get the face-off at midfield. Ross Dickerson. And that one, I was about to say possession of the Crusaders, but it's a ground ball chased down. The Crusaders did seem to have it, and now dropping it on the far side of the field was Cormac McCarthy. So possession to North Greenville, and now they put it in, leading by 1. This is Fletcher Stevenson. Stevenson. And absorbed a check there from Casey Platanik. Prawley.
ball gets flung into one of those boxes, like off the face off the
in behind Borowski, and looked like there was going to be a shot. Instead of pass in front, scores! Wow, a highlight reel goal by Kyle Hunziker. And just like that, the Crusaders regain the 2-goal lead. 7-5 in favor of the visitors with exactly 3 minutes left here in the first half. The Barnes & Noble bookstore has all your needs in one spot. Stop by and grab the latest UT gear, snacks on the run, as well as thousands of accessories for everyday needs. Open Monday through Saturday, located on the first floor of the Vaughn Center, or shop online at utampa.bncollege.com.
They don't have a 37.
And now on the far side of the field, it's Sky Dupree. Or correction, I'm sorry, Harry Kilkowski.
What was that goal?
Wrong number 3. And I believe we're going to get a timeout
27.
called here by head coach Rory Whipple. As his Tampa team
Assisted by number 6 out.
has played the majority of this first half, either from behind or tied.
2-1.
So needing to talk things over, as this is unfamiliar territory to Spartans followers. What has been a extremely successful program over the years, and stumbling here in the early going of the 2019 season as they tonight wrap up this 3-game homestand. Mind you, they will only go on the road for 1 before returning home for 4. Clearly, they missed the offense of Andrew Q and Brian Wright, but you play the hand that you're dealt instead of playing the excuse card. And so let's see what Coach Whipple draws up here as the Spartans work to try to get back into this game. They'd love to tie it, obviously, before halftime. 2 minutes and 44 seconds until we hit that mark. As you see, the Spartan huddle that continues. And now they break. At the other end of the field, B.J. Borowski huddled there with 3 of his teammates. And now we'll get play resuming on the far side of the field, as it'll be put back in play by Colin White. Kilkowski over for Jake Moshe McGraw. To Vetter up top. And Mazza thought he had a step, sends a pass over for White instead. Colin White behind the net to Kilkowski. Looking, sends a pass in, Moshe McGraw, and hit the goalpost. The rebound is loose, and 3 of them chase it down, and the Crusaders actually come out of the pack with it. And an open net, Kilkowski can't capitalize. Vetter calls for it, gets it, pass in front, Moshe McGraw scores! Some sloppy play there, and the Spartans take advantage of it as Jake Moshe McGraw gets himself into the goal column, and so the Spartans able to claw back to within 1. It's 7-6 in favor of NGU.
The assist to number 2, Matt Vetter.
Matt Vetter will pick up the assist. And so Vetter having himself a 3-point half. As we get the face-off now out at midfield. And they continue to battle for it, and now coming away with it, NGU. A nice job there in the circle by John Watson, the face-off specialist for the Crusaders. And they put it in behind Borowski's net. Now in the near corner. And they send it up top for Kyle Hunziker. Hunziker has 3 goals. He had come into tonight's game with 6 goals through 6 games. So he was averaging 1 a game and already has 3 in the first half alone. And now that one's going to go out of play on the far side of the field, and possession will remain with North Greenville. It's back in behind Borowski, the UT net. And a pass, a long shot coming off the stick of Fletcher Stevenson. That one goes out of play. And this will still be Crusader ball. Clock down to 70 seconds now on this first half. And NGU puts it back in. Good burst of speed, hit the crossbar. And that one goes out of bounds. And possession stays with NGU. With it now for NGU, that's Chris Carpenter. And behind the UT net. Connects back there with Austin Dixon. Dixon being watched by Hunter Van Horn. And a little head fake there as they move the pass up top. Fletcher Stevenson. He sends a pass back over to the other point. Breaking now, Alex Prawley. Good defense by the Spartans here. Stevenson. No shooting lane for him. Has to try the near corner. Clock down to 19 seconds now. And they're going to have to take a timeout as head coach Corey Struss says, guys, let's get a shot on goal here before this clock expires. 18.3 seconds left in the first half. And one final reminder that when we do reach halftime, the audio portion of our broadcast will go silent. You will still see video on your screen. Do not adjust your viewing device. Just set a timer at that point for 10 minutes to be back in time for the call of the third quarter. So it was 1-0 NGU, and then they scored again before the Spartans scored 2 in a row to tie it. After that, it went 3-2, 3-3, and then the only Spartan leaves the game 4-3. But then NGU scored 3 straight to go up 6-4 before the Spartans cut it to 6-5. And then they were trading goals. 7-5, but then 7-6. And that's where we currently stand. As the timeout has expired, and so, as I mentioned, 18.3 seconds left. NGU will put it back in from the near corner. And no. Now Coach Whipple says we want a timeout for the Spartans. Walter's Press Box on Southdale Mabry is Tampa's original sports emporium and eatery, serving for over 20 years. The Press Box is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game. The Press Box, located at 222 Southdale Mabry. I mentioned the un-Tampa-like temperature here tonight, but don't let that stop you from coming out in the future to watch a home game here in person at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus. We appreciate you watching the broadcast, but the team so appreciates the support of the fans who come out to watch the games in person here at this great facility. As the teams are now back out on the field following that Spartan timeout, and NGU will put the ball back in the person of Chris Carpenter down in the near corner. And he's on the move, heading into the area deep behind the UT net. 11 seconds left. Keeps it. Looking now, takes a shot. Borowski stopping that one. And the Spartans will not get a shot off as the horn goes to end the first half of play. So we are at halftime, and North Greenville goes into the break with a 7-6 lead. We will be back in 10 minutes with the call of the third quarter.
Is you ready? Are you ready? Is you ready? Whole squad ready?
Where you going?
Fans, here is a score update from the SSC quarterfinal basketball game tonight, featuring your Spartans women's team and the Rollins Tar. Fans, it's time for a Spartan relay race. Take a look at the field as we have contestant number 1, Joel, with the long pants, and Philip with the short pants. The contestants must run, put on a t-shirt and a lacrosse helmet, spin 10 times around the lacrosse stick, and then be the first to score a goal. The first person to score a goal will win a prize courtesy of Press Box. On your mark, get set, go! Fans, University of Tampa Athletics would like to thank its dining and hotel partners, Pizza Hut, Krispy Kreme, Jimmy John's, Clean Eats, Rebuilt Meals and Sodexo Campus Food Service, as well as Courtyard Tampa West Shore Airport, Crown Plaza Tampa West Shore, Doubletree by Hilton Tampa Airport West Shore, Sailport Waterfront Suites, Courtyard Tampa Downtown, and Residence Inn Tampa Downtown. Thank you for your support of UT Athletics.
they ride. I get rested, go outside, and I spin with the guys. We up on the other side. Acting like we tied. I've been gone since like July. Acting like I died. They won't be expecting when Capo go to side. Cause I told them not to put it behind, but I lied. Hey, look who I'm around, man. If I pick up, I'm gonna be downtown, man. Full flow down, man. That's if I get caught, man. Push me to the edge, so it really ain't my mother fault, man. I'm not to blame, man. This industry is cutthroat. I'm not the same, man. And I can let you check the tag now. I'm rocking name brand. I'm only chasing after bags now. I got a game plan, and I'm out here with the we're alive, we're alive. It came up on the side, now they we'll see how I got. I get rested, go outside, and I spread with the back. Hey, we're alive, we're alive. We're alive, we're alive. We're alive, we're alive.
As it is 7-6 in favor of the North Greenville Crusaders here at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus, as UT trying to get back into the win column, having dropped their previous two games after having started the season 2-1. And in case you missed it, I mentioned at the start of tonight's broadcast, the Spartans have dropped all the way down to number 19 in the rankings, in which they were, as recently as last week, number 9. North Greenville, on the other hand, a different story. They started the season 0-4 and have won 2 in a row coming into tonight's game. Mind you, it's worth mentioning that their first game of the season was a 1-goal decision. They lost in overtime 15-14 against Young Harris College. And here they are on the road, currently leading the Tampa Spartans. Matt Vetter takes a shot that goes out of play. NGU will stay down here in the Sunshine State. They'll travel down to Boca Raton on Saturday for an afternoon game at Lynn, as they are on a 3-game road trip. I mentioned that this is the last of a 3-game homestand for the Spartans. They take a long shot and score! Dom Mazza ties it up 1 minute, 25 seconds into the third quarter. And we have a football sounding score of 7-7. The assist on the Mazza goal will go to Jake Moshe McGraw.
The Spartan goal is scored by number 10, Dom Mazza.
So Dom Mazza
Assisted by number 14, Jake
gets into the goal column. And for Dom Mazza, that is his 6th goal of the season. As possession with the Spartans here, down behind the Crusaders' net. And there's a pass up top to Moshe McGraw. Looks over at Matt Vetter, gives it to him. And Matt Vetter having himself a little bit of a game, 2 goals and 1 assist thus far. Goaltending-wise, B.J. Borowski has made 6 saves thus far, and Cameron Meyer, wow, with 8. As you see the Crusaders starting it out, the goaltender Meyer sends it over to the far side, and now he'll get it back. Meyer plays it over for Dupree, and that one's knocked down by Kilkowski, but the Spartans will not recover as Kyle Hunziker there to pick it up for NGU. Hunziker backing up in front of the Tampa sideline, now starting, going one-on-one against Hunter Van Horn. And up top now, Stevenson needed a little bit more room to work. He'll just back it out to Hunziker instead. Hunziker starts his move down the lane, stops, pulls it back, and up top, Crusaders a shot. That one just missed the net and sails out of play, and they will retain possession as we're just over 3 minutes into this third quarter. Now a pass misses and turned over as the Spartans come away with that one. Luke Robidoux with a good heads-up play there to scoop up the ground ball. Takes it all the way down across the Crusader line. Pass down into Colin White. Back up top now. And that's Jake Levine as the Spartans make some personnel changes. Out steps Shane Hanlon. And Hanlon sends it over for Chris Cox. Cox stops at the line, returns over to Hanlon. Hanlon. Cox right in the slot. Here's a shot coming, and it trickles in across the line. They score. A delayed call by the referee, but indeed the Spartans get the goal. So a good start if you're watching from a UT perspective, as Tampa had been down 7-6 at halftime and have scored 2 goals in the first 3:51 of this first quarter for an 8-7 lead. And it's worth mentioning that this is the first UT lead since they made it 4-3 back in the early stages of the second quarter. 1:17 into the second quarter, they had taken what had been their only lead of the game up until now. And now back come the Crusaders. Here's a shot, and Borowski made the save and didn't see where the rebound went. His teammates there to back him up as they have it on the far side of the field now. And let's see what this pair of goals and this lead does for the Spartans, if they can rally and try to get on a bit of a run themselves. The UT goal, by the way, was scored by Jake Levine, and the assist goes to Chris Cox. So Coach Whipple getting pretty balanced scoring tonight, as 6 players have combined for the 8 goals. And now on the move is Luke Curran. Lost it, and there to pick it up was Colin White. And now looking to shoot was Shane Hanlon. Opts to pass it into the corner instead, and Kilkowski takes it behind the Crusader net. Kilkowski thought he had room, tries the other side. And I believe they're going to say that Kilkowski stepped in the crease. And so possession back over to NGU. And the goaltender Meyer starts it up. His pass over there to Seth Sutton, back to the goaltender, now back to the far side of the field instead, and they stop right on the Spartan restraining line. NGU wants to and is going to make some changes as Brendan Sullivan leaves a pass there, and they quickly send it to the far side of the field. Way up top once again with Sullivan. And he's going to try back to his left. Looking to get a step on the defender and can't. And he'll have to reset up top. As some nice defense was being played there by Casey Platanic for UT. And there's a pass. Jack Tyrell all over Thomas Cesare. And with it now is Matt Somjak. His pass into the near corner. Crusaders unable to get a quality shot here so far in this possession. Forced into the corner is Austin Dixon. In behind the UT net, and the shot clock expires. So a great defensive stand by UT as they get the ball back. And Borowski will start it up. DJ Borowski connects over here with Luke Robidoux. Back to Borowski. And now they get it across midfield as the pass connects over there with Casey Platanic. He'll give it to Jake Mosher McGraw, and Platanic will go off as Dom Mazza is going to come on to replace him. And this is Mazza. Mazza, who has one of the Spartan goals. Matt Vetter across the line. Vetter with a nice spin move, cuts through the slot, scores! A great goal by Matt Vetter, but at the same time, the Crusaders just opened the door and said, come on in. Vetter with a clean break towards the net. And completes the hat trick as the Spartans go up 9-7, 7 minutes 32 seconds into this third quarter. Connected via Skybridge to the Tampa Convention Center, Embassy Suites offers a convenient location close to dining and entertainment in downtown Tampa. Located just a few blocks from campus, come stay in luxury at 513 South Florida Avenue in Tampa. Now in the near corner, Carpenter pushes it behind the net out on the other side. NGU. This is Fletcher Stevenson.
It makes it such a better game with the shot clock. Can't stall for like 8 minutes.
This is Prawley. Prawley with the shot. That one goes wide and out of play. And possession remains with the Crusaders as it's put back into play by Kyle Hunziker, who it's worth noting is from up I-75 a few hours in Gainesville.
No, that's this. I still remember. Unless they're both at the quarterback. Yes.
Doing his college up in Tigerville, South Carolina, as there's a ground ball and chased by 4 players. And let's see how this one turns out. Possession to the Spartans. Good hustle there by the home team. And Jack Tyrell puts it in. Mark, it'll go out of play and turned over as the Crusaders will put it in from the back line. And that's Sky Dupree on the far side of the field being chased down by Jake Levine. So they send it to their goaltender. And now to the near side of the field, Seth Sutton. Back to the goaltender, Meyer. And the Crusaders unable to advance it past midfield in time, so they turn the ball over. And a good break for the Spartans. And now a collision, and another player goes down. And slow in getting up for UT is Jake Levine. He's still out there, but Levine looked like he got shaken up there. Meanwhile, play continues. Kilkowski as Hunter Van Horn goes off. Kilkowski jogs it across the NGU line. Colin White with it now from Mazza to Moshe McGraw. Jake Moshe McGraw, another one of the goal scorers. He also has an assist. A pass, long shot coming, and a stop made there. The rebound is picked up by UT, and now they battle for it as it came free. And coming out of the pack with it, the Crusaders. And I want to say that was Zeth Sutton who emerged with possession for NGU. With it right now is Alex Prawley. Prawley, a pass over. No shot there. Holding it is Austin Dixon, and now sends it back up top. Here's Stevenson. Looks to his right, gives it to Weichhorst. Shot, scores! Chris Weichhorst brings NGU back within one. It's 9-8 with 4:23 left in the third quarter. Your trusted Tampa Subaru dealer is Mastro Subaru, located at 6402 West Hillsborough Avenue. Customers can view their huge Subaru inventory as well as receive full service maintenance on vehicles. As a Spartan sponsor, watch for Mastro's UT staff and student service specials. At Mastro Subaru, their slogan is "Our reputation rides with you."
How long have you learned with the men's team?
This is my 4th year.
And now the face-off, as you see, possession awarded to the Spartans.
I'm actually a PE teacher.
It's on the far side of the field. In behind the North Greenville net. Now back out on the far side. Up top with it, Shane Hanlon over to Cox, to Curran, and back to Cox again, and to Hanlon one more time. Shane Hanlon beats his check across the line. Hanlon switches hands, sends a pass down low, now behind the net. And pop it out on the near side to Curran. Curran takes a shot that goes wide and out of play, and possession remains with UT.
He came in and had like,
3:41 left here in the third quarter, what is now a one-goal game. And it's back in as Kilkowski, with a little juke move, gets past the defender, sends it up top for Curran. Pass over for Hanlon. Hanlon wants to shoot, and absorbing a few checks there from Braden Dixon. This is Luke Curran with it now.
I remember he just went.
Excuse me, that was Corey Long, not Braden Dixon, 35, not 36. And this is Shane Hanlon again. Exactly 3 minutes to go. Hanlon steps across the line. Hanlon puts his shoulder down, has it knocked loose, and the Crusaders able to cause a turnover. We have a flag. We'll have a penalty coming up here on the Spartans. A rowdy Crusader sideline. As NGU looking to advance past midfield and having trouble, they have to use their goaltender, Meyer. Meyer runs it way up. His pass misses. And once UT touches the ball, we'll have a whistle to stop play, as there is a flag thrown in the Crusader defensive end of the field. Play carries on right now with Somjak. Pass connects, and they send it in behind the UT net. Cesare moves it over to the far side. That's Austin Dixon now into the far corner. Back behind the UT net. And now a shot coming. That one goes out of play. And so with the whistle, the stoppage will allow the penalty to be assessed against the Spartans. And this will come with 1:59 left in the third quarter. We'll wait for the official to report this to the scorers table.
That's on us. 6 for holding.
And the penalty is going to go to Shane Hanlon. That'll be a 30-second holding penalty.
Shane Hanlon, 30 seconds for holding.
So an opportunity here for the Crusaders as they have cut it to a 1-goal Spartan lead. Ball is in behind Borowski's net and back in behind the UT net once again. Now a pass out on the far side. Up top, here's Prawley. His pass connects in the corner and a shot coming, scores! Chris Carpenter with the power play goal. 16 seconds into the power play. And the game is all tied once again. Now it's 9-9 with 1:43 to go here in the third quarter.
Crusaders goal scored on the advantage by number 31, Chris Carpenter. The assist to number 30.
Chris Carpenter gets his second goal of the game, and the assist goes to Ethan Landreth.
2 goals, momentum. Isn't it really hurt you guys?
So don't go anywhere, as this has been a very close game through what you might as well say is 3 quarters thus far, as we're down to just a minute and a half left here in the third. On the far side of the field, Tyrell plays it for his goaltender, and Borowski wants to make the long pass, does, and connects nicely with Ronnie Scholl, and Scholl sends a pass across the Crusader line. Over on the far side of the field is Colin White. This is Jake Moshe McGraw for Dom Mazza. Mazza over here to Matt Vetter, to Kilkowski, and Vetter once again.
Because, I mean, they had a good season. They were number 2 in the conference.
Matt Vetter takes a shot. That one goes out of play. Obviously feeling it tonight. 3 goals and 1 assist from Matt Vetter as the ball's back in. And this is Vetter with it again. Moshe McGraw bumps with his defender. Vetter winding up. Nothing there. And ducks under a check. Vetter scores! Matt Vetter, wow, his 4th goal of the game. And just like that, the Spartans regain the lead. An unassisted goal, as the Spartans had scored 3 goals in each of the first and second quarters, and 4 so far here in the third, and very fortuitous, as the Crusaders, having their lowest scoring quarter of the game, they had scored 3 in the first and 4 in the second, and have found the back of the net just twice so far here in the third, and a procedure call against North Greenville. So the Spartans get the goal and now are awarded possession after the procedure call against NGU. Moshe McGraw, as we're down to 25 seconds in the third. Dom Mazza and Matt Vetter. Vetter wants to go one-on-one here with Colin Courtney. Takes him wide to the outside. Vetter in the near corner. Passes in front, and it ends up in the stick of the Crusaders, and they will not be able to get a shot off as the horn goes to end the third quarter. So the Spartans, they were tied after 1, they were losing after 2, and now they're winning after 3. For fresh-made hot or cold subs, visit Firehouse Subs. At Firehouse, their subs are made the firefighter way, served steaming hot and loaded with the finest fresh sliced meats and cheeses. Located at 2617 West Kennedy Boulevard, Firehouse, founded by firemen.
Ideas, resources, community.
UT will go on the road.
Quality of life services. That's what we.
Their next game will be Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. Traveling to St. Louis to take on Lindenwood. And then they will be back here on the 16th.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to stop by the concession.
They open up a 4-game homestand with a 12 noon face-off that day against Westminster. And of course, you will be able to see that game here on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
All right, fans.
At Jimmy John's, they're freaks about fresh breads, meats, and veggies because that means better sandwiches for all. Freaky fresh, freaky fast. Jimmy John's, freaky, yeah.
Answers to Spartans UT to win a prize courtesy of Pizza Hut.
Teams, of course, have changed ends and back out on the field now to start this fourth quarter of play. Shots on goal are 20-16 in favor of UT. And I sound like a broken record, but they are once again very much in control of the face-off category, 15-6 to this point. The teams have combined for 27 turnovers, though, through 3 quarters of play, 14 for the Spartans and 13 for the Crusaders. As just 6 seconds ticked off the clock. We're going to have a penalty
27, 1 minute for tripping.
Called here in the early stages of the fourth quarter. Tampa's Dylan Carter is assessed a 1-minute tripping penalty. And we did see the Crusaders capitalize on the man advantage opportunity the last time the Spartans picked up a penalty, and now the Crusaders move it quickly in the Tampa end. There's a long shot, hit the crossbar, and a big rebound that goes all the way down to the Tampa sideline. And a big cheer from that Tampa sideline as the ball is picked up by Max Lambert. And now a ground ball, and the Crusaders have it as it's run down there and advanced by Chris Weichhorst. 20 seconds left in the Crusader power play, and this is Prawley. Alex Prawley playing catch there with Thomas Cesare. Cesare gets it back, takes it up to the restraining line, now sends a pass over with Austin Zimbato. Prawley again, and now a pass down low. There's a shot, and it might have been deflected by Luke Robidoux, who got in between the shot and the goaltender. And possession stays with North Greenville, although the penalty has expired. That was called against Dylan Carter. So UT successful in killing off that man down situation. As it's taken deep in behind Borowski's net. And some strong defense played there by Luke Robidoux that forces the pass. As NGU tries the other side, they score! Took it to the far side of the offensive zone and sent that one past BJ Borowski to tie the score at 10. 1 minute 39 seconds into this fourth quarter.
6 unassisted.
Goal scored by Alex Prawley. And for Prawley, the senior from Lake Mary, Florida, he's having himself a 4-point night with 2 goals and 2 assists. The face-off is controlled by Ross Dickerson for the Spartans, and holding it as he knows his teammates are going to make some changes is Ronnie Shull. And as it's taken to the far side of the field, Shull himself among those who go off the field. Dom Mazza steps out, and Moshe McGraw had just come onto the field as well. This is Mazza. Mazza able to sidestep the stick of the defender, takes it down to the goal line extended, sends it back up top. Moshe McGraw playing it over to Matt Vetter. Vetter looking for some room to work. Vetter has had the hot hand tonight, has it knocked free from his stick, and is it turned over? It is. And credit the defender on that play, which was Taylor Lanzillo. as he causes the turnover. And up come the Crusaders. A pass there that connects with Colin Courtney. Courtney being watched by Moshe McGraw. They'll send it over for Austin Dixon as Courtney goes off the field. And now down in behind the UT net, that's Thomas Cesare. Cesare being watched by Jack Tyrell. And now a penalty flag thrown. So a call coming up against the Spartans. That was Derek Shealy in the meantime. And now up top of it is Fletcher Stevenson. Stevenson got past Matt Vetter, but sliding over to help out defensively for UT. Nice job there by Jake Moshe McGraw. And this is Matt Somjak. Pass down low. Up top now, Chris Carpenter. Quick passing by the Crusaders. Here's Shealy. And the pass is dropped by Fletcher Stevenson, and the ball rolls out of play. And so with that whistle, we'll get the penalty call. This at the 3:48 mark of the fourth quarter. And let's see who's going to sit down for the Spartans. It's going to be Hunter Van Horn.
Offsides.
Hunter Van Horn. And 30-second offsides penalty. And now on the far side of the field, the Crusaders with the man-up situation. And they'll have to work quick on this man advantage as the clock is already down to just 10 seconds left in that penalty. And loose ball. Three of them chase it down. And it's still loose, kicked at. And now it pops out. Tyrell picks it up for a UT, absorbs the check. And the Spartans able to hold on. So they do kill off the penalty. And wow, taken down and bouncing right back up for the Spartans was Ronnie Shull. And Shull needs a little help here. Two defenders on him. Shull able to get across midfield on his own. And now finally sends a pass over for Moshe McGraw. So our score is tied 10-10, and we have exactly 10 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. The Spartans in possession. That's Matt Vetter over there. Matt Vetter with a big night. He has 4 goals and 1 assist. I'm going to go ahead and say so far, as Matt Vetter is now up to 13 goals on the season to go with 14 assists.
I just want to call him and 3-0. You know what I mean?
Excuse me. 13. He had 13 points. I apologize. Coming into tonight's game. So Vetter now with 18 points. And yet Andrew Q, who did not play the last game and is not playing tonight, came into tonight's game as the team's points leader with 20. So Vetter is now 2 behind him, even though Andrew is missing his second consecutive game. There's a loose ball that rolls into the goal crease and picked up by the Crusaders, but now thrown away, and Kilkowski is going to pick that one up. So some sloppy play by North Greenville as Kilkowski hangs on and settles it down. Vetter with it. Sends it up top for Jake Moshe McGraw. On the near side now for Mazza. Mazza pass into the corner for Colin White. Colin White has 2 goals tonight. White up top to Vetter. Vetter with a little move, tries back the other way. Vetter can't seem to get past the check of Sky Dupree. And now it's in behind the NGU net. And Moshe McGraw, long shot, scores! The Spartans go back into the lead as Jake Moshe McGraw gets his second goal of the game. 7:35 into this fourth quarter. And the nail biter continues, and a little bit of a seesaw battle.
14 from 10.
They will award an assist on the play to Dom Mazza.
The assist to number 10, Don Massa.
Well, we played Regis.
Dom Mazza with 1 goal and 1 assist in this game, so a handful of Spartan players with multi-point games.
Just help, like, I played back.
4 players, to be specific, that have multi-point games. And in the meantime, the NGU goaltender Cameron Meyer with it. Passes over to Jaron Safransky.
Yeah, I'm sure it helps you.
His pass up ahead for Stevenson. Stevenson on the move. Puts on the brakes. And now a pass over to Alex Prawley, who had just stepped on. Prawley over to Stevenson.
That's good for you, though. Like, all right.
Stevenson crossing the UT line, being watched by Hunter Van Horn. Takes it into the far corner, now all the way in behind the UT net. Looked as though he wanted to carry on, pop out on the other side. Instead, sends the pass over to Hunziker. Hunziker. And he's being chased back there by Cormac McCarthy. Pass now to Stevenson up top. Stevenson being watched by Van Horn. And here comes Alex Prawley. Scores!
6 on assist.
Puts it to the far side, beating BJ Borowski to the goaltender's left. And the score tied 11-11 with 7:18 to go in the fourth quarter. Florida Orthopedic Urgent Care. Give it up to the Spartan team of physicians of Florida Orthopedic Institute, Florida's largest orthopedic group, and to Dr. Seth Gasser and his sports medicine team for keeping our players active and safe on and off the field with their Ortho Urgent Care located just minutes away in South Tampa.
They have talent, but they all got hurt.
Loose ball in the face-off circle and picked up by NGU. As John Watson had to put on the brakes, looked as though he was about to perhaps head in the wrong direction. Now NGU starts it up with a pass across the midfield line to Kyle Hunziker, and he starts directing traffic. Hunziker has 3 goals, and North Greenville also has a hat trick tonight from Alex Prawley.
He did.
And here's a shot coming. Scores! Prawley gets his 4th. And what a night he's having. 4 goals and 2 assists as the Crusaders get the lead back. It's 12-11. And the clock now at 6:36 remaining in the fourth quarter. And that one smarts. If you're UT, they've been outscored 3-1 so far in this quarter. Fortunately, they are, for all intents and purposes, doubling up NGU in the faceoff circle as you see Ross Dickerson win another one. Faceoffs had been 17-8 till that point. They score! Colin White completes the hat trick. His 3rd goal of the game makes it 12-12. They're coming fast and furious now. Nifty passing there, and credit Ross Dickerson with starting that play when he won the faceoff. And you see that great passing there that leads to the goal as the assist goes to Max Lambert. And does Dickerson win that one? No. The Crusaders get it. Now hold on. A check applied there that jars the ball free. And the Spartans got possession, almost turned it over. Pass was backed up by the goaltender Borowski. And now he gets the return pass from Cormac McCarthy and sends a long pass down the field that does connect. And now on the move. And a flag thrown on the far side of the field. They score.
18 from 45.
The Spartans score just as the flag had been thrown.
18 from 45. 35.
And deja vu all over again. It's fast and furious lacrosse here as Colin White scores again from Max Lambert. So Colin White all of a sudden with 4 goals this evening. He and Matt Vetter have accounted for 8 of UT's 13 goals. This coming with 5:56 left here in the fourth quarter. University Dining Services by Sodexo allows you to choose from 27 dining stations serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, and snacks. The official concessionaire of UT Athletics is Sodexo Campus Dining. Visit the UT website and check dining services for their variety and hours.
That's why we're getting so excited.
Please wait for the penalties to be discussed.
Yep, hold up. Oh, do you have Derek? Oh, yeah.
And we do have a stoppage because of penalty call. As they sort this out, and up on the board goes a 1-minute penalty against NGU's Hunter Crandall. So a chance for the Spartans to give themselves just a little bit of breathing room if they can get a power play goal here. Now leading by 1, and Coach Whipple is going to say, let's make sure we get one by taking a timeout and talking it over so we can draw up a play to beat Cameron Meyer and give ourselves a little bit of a cushion here, as officially there's 5:46 left in the fourth, and they're only 9 seconds into that 1-minute penalty that was called against Hunter Crandall.
Also want to say congratulations to our Brown Plaza fan of the game, Laurel, offering business travels high levels of comfort.
And again, your next opportunity to come see Tampa Spartans lacrosse in person will be in 10 days, March 16th, 12 noon face-off against Westminster here at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus in West Central Florida. And of course, that game will be shown on over. And you see NGU back out on the field, and the Spartans finishing up their huddle. And let's see if they can capitalize. They are 0 for 3 with the extra man so far tonight. The ball will be put in play on the near side by Jake Moshe McGraw, and he does with a pass up top as Mazza moves it over to Vetter. Back to Mazza once again in the corner. Moshe McGraw up top once again to Kansai Gary. Mazza over to Vetter, and up top to Mazza once again. Gary will send it down and get it back. And there's still 28 seconds in the man advantage for UT. Moshe McGraw down low, nothing there from Mazza. And Vetter pass inside Kansai Gary, and a stop made there by Cameron Meyer. Got a piece of it and then had to be quick to cover up the rebound. And now they will be successful in killing off this penalty as there's just 3 seconds left. 2-1, and the penalty expires. So the Crusaders successful in killing off the Hunter Crandall 1-minute penalty, and they have the ball. Pass up top now for Stevenson. Stevenson himself with 1 goal and 1 assist thus far. Connects with Hunziker. And now on the move is Alex Prawley. Prawley shoots and scores! His 5th goal of the game, Alex Prawley. And we are all tied up again. 4:22 to go, and a 13-13 tie.
Crusaders goal was scored by number 6, Alex Brumlin. The goal was unassisted.
We have had a combined total of 7 goals in this quarter. The two teams had also combined for 7 in the second quarter, but I should say for the entire second quarter. There's still 4:22 to go here in this frame as Ross Dickerson goes in for another face-off on behalf of the home team. And he was battling there with John Watson. The ball is still free and finally picked up by the Spartans as Sam Collingwood runs it down. Sends a pass into the corner, and Collingwood will head off the field as Dom Mazza steps out. And another personnel changes. Cox takes the field as Ronnie Scholl goes off. That's Cox with the ball now for Jake Mosher McGraw. Over for Dom Mazza. Mazza with a little bit of a lane takes a shot. It was deflected and picked up by NGU. And strong play there to come out of the pack. Zeth Sutton has it sent ahead now across the UT line. All tied at 13 with 3 minutes 19 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. That's Austin Dixon with it. And we have another flag on the field, so apparently a penalty is going to be called against the Spartans. Ill-advised in these late stages of the game as Hunziker has it. Hunziker sees 2 UT defenders, now gets around Vetter, and UT made a goaltending change. Brian Karn in the net now, and he might have gotten a piece of that one. So once again, head coach Rory Whipple giving the hook to starter BJ Borowski in favor of Brian Karn.
Number 10 down, Mazza, 30 seconds for offside.
Mazza picks up a 30-second offside penalty for UT in the meantime. The Spartans currently shorthanded as the Crusaders looking to capitalize here. They're 1 for 4 with the extra man so far tonight. There's a pass on the goal line extended, now back up long. A bounce shot coming, taken by Prawley, that goes out of play in behind the UT net. Possession remains with the visitors, but the penalty has expired. Now they score anyways. NGU beating Brian Karn, and they take a 14-13 lead with 2:16 to go in the fourth quarter. Anxious moments here for the home team as these Crusaders just won't quit. Sailport Waterfront Suites in Tampa is Tampa's only all-waterfront, all-suite resort. Located on beautiful Rocky Point Island, just minutes from UT, Sailport is a refreshing alternative to typical box hotels with its spacious rooms and waterfront relaxation. Sailport Waterfront Suites is an official partner of UT Athletics. And Dickerson won the draw and then had it knocked free. And they do award possession back to UT. And it looks like head coach Rory Whipple is going to call a timeout to talk things over as his team has fallen behind by 1 in what has been the highest scoring quarter of this game between the two teams combined. We've seen 8 goals in the 12 minutes and 51 seconds that have been played in this fourth quarter. Cameron Meyer, the goaltender for NGU, has made 11 saves. BJ Borowski, the starter finished with 8 saves. And so far, Brian Karn has yet to register his first save since taking over between the pipes for UT. And the Crusaders break their huddle as Karn heads back to the UT net. And the Spartans, we've seen this using every second available in these timeouts. As time will soon become a factor. 2:09 left here. And before they can even think about a potential winning goal, they need to get the tying goal. And now the officials say, let's break it up. They do. And so the Spartans will put it back into play. And this will be Chris Cox who will put it in on the official's whistle. He is on the near side, right in front of the UT sideline as play resumes. Cox takes it down to the near corner. Chris Cox heading behind the Crusader net.
Oh, you should do that for a penalty against them.
Now a pass over for Colin White. Moshe McGraw on the move. 2 defenders there. Pass connects. Matt Vetter's shot coming, and Dom Mazza sends it high over the net and out of play. He had a good look at the net. And Cameron Myers saw that one the whole way as UT puts it back in quickly. This is Kilkowski. Kilkowski on the move. Pass outside, down to 1:35 now in the fourth quarter. Kilkowski puts his shoulder down, sends a pass over instead for Mazza. Mazza, he'll take it in behind the Crusader net. Mazza, flashing was Colin White, weren't able to get it to him. Moshe McGraw with a long shot, and that one goes out of play. It'll still be UT ball. Meyer might have gotten a piece of that one as he kicked out the left leg. And here comes Kilkowski on the restart. Quickly now. Pass out, now up top. Matt Vetter on the move. Vetter as Moshe McGraw is calling for it in front. Colin White scores! And we are all tied up as Colin White gets his 5th goal of the game, and he matches NGU's Alex Prawley, who has 5 goals as well. Comes with 63 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Prawley has 5 goals and 3 assists for NGU, and White now has 5 goals, no assists, and that one the biggest of the quintet, as we have a 14-14 score. And there's going to be a timeout taken here by Corey Strauss, the head coach of NGU. They've played a good road game so far, but he obviously wants to see his team finish strong and not lose any confidence because of that UT goal. But wow, when Andrew Q and Brian Wright aren't in the lineup, who's going to step in and get it done? What a night being had here by Colin White with his 5 goals, not to mention a 6-point effort from Matt Vetter with 4 goals and 2 assists. For Colin White, he now has 14 goals on the season. And for Matt Vetter, he's up to 13. For generations, Krispy Kreme has been serving delicious donuts and coffee. Stop by for an original glazed donut or other variety paired with a hot coffee. Visit the nearest Krispy Kreme on West Kennedy. Krispy Kreme serving hot donuts now. And the all-important face-off here, especially if you are head coach Corey Strauss after calling that timeout. Your team needs to get possession. They don't, as Ross Dickerson wins another one. So a huge win on that faceoff by Ross Dickerson, because UT now in possession as the game clock is at 40 seconds. Jake Moshe McGraw with it. And if you're NGU, you're keeping a real close eye on Matt Vetter and Colin White, as they have combined for 9 of UT's 14 goals. Here's Moshe McGraw with it. He has 2 goals. Clock at 17 seconds. Starts his move across the line, and a pass does connect, a spin move. 9 seconds left. Colin White gets the pass, is taken down, and now whistles. And possession remains with UT. The scoreboard shows 1.9 seconds. I wonder if they'll put anything back on it. They don't, and an errant pass doesn't connect. So we reach the end of regulation. Tied at 14. And so overtime here in what has been an exciting night of lacrosse here at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex, as the Spartans, eager to get back into the win column, having lost both of the games thus far in this 3-game homestand. Particularly tough game this past Sunday afternoon when they lost a 1-goal decision against Assumption in what, in this broadcaster's opinion, was an upset. So they certainly want to come out on the right side of a 1-goal decision this evening. And don't forget, North Greenville had come into tonight's game with back-to-back victories, having outscored the opposition 31-16 over that modest 2-game win streak, if you can call it that. So that on the line for the visitors.
The teams will now play a 4-minute sudden death overtime period.
And looking at the regulation statistics, shots on goal were 25-22 in favor of UT. And face-offs, wow. The Spartans have won 22 of the 31 face-offs in this game. They would certainly like to clean up a couple areas, 17 turnovers, and haven't been called for 4 penalties. But now set for the face-off to start a 4-minute sudden death overtime. And needless to say, it's Ross Dickerson out there for UT. And the Spartans with the possession here. And right off the bat, just like that, 4 seconds in, Rory Whipple, UT coach, wants to talk about it. And needless to say, it's a figure of speech, but they want to win this one and get out of here. And it sounds like something that the road team would say, but UT, with having had to really sweat this one out after a disappointing first 2 games on this homestand. And yes, in reality, they do have to hit the road, albeit not until a game in the Midwest, playing in St. Louis Saturday afternoon, but this one's just been too close for comfort. Playing from behind a good portion of the time. Seesaw battle. And the decision to be made now is, do you put it in the hands of the 2 players that have gotten you here, Matt Vetter and Colin White, or do you say that's who they're going to be looking for? Let's get it to insert player's name here instead. We'll find out, because the huddles are breaking, players returning to the field. Well, let's see what Coach Whipple drew up here for his Spartans team as they get set to put it back into play. And when the timeout was called, when the whistle blew, it was Gavin Perry that had the ball for UT, but now it's Chris Cox that puts it in play as we resume. And here's Matt Vetter with it. The veteran sends it to Moshe McGraw. Scores! Jake Moshe McGraw, just 16 seconds into the overtime, wins it with his third goal of the game. And the Spartans, just like that, with an overtime victory, 15-14 over North Greenville. And that didn't take long.
Game-winning Spartan goal scored by number 14, Jake Mosher.
Keep in mind that they called a timeout 4 seconds into overtime. So 12 seconds later. And in reality, it didn't even seem like it took that long for the play to develop to go 12 more seconds. But in fact, the Spartans get the goal from Jake Moshe McGraw on a pass by Matt Vetter. So McGraw finishes with 3 goals and 1 assist. Matt Vetter, 4 goals, 3 assists. And of course, Colin White with 5 goals. And for North Greenville, a big night offensively for Alex Prawley, who has 5 goals and 3 assists. And worth noting, Kyle Hunziker finishes with 3 goals and 1 assist, and they also get a hat trick, do the visitors, from Chris Carpenter. NGU falls to 2-5 on the season. UT improves to 3-3. Again, UT going on the road for that game on Saturday, and then they will be off until the following Saturday, returning back home to start a 4-game homestand with a 12 noon face-off against Westminster. You can see that game here on the Sunshine State Digital Network. Our final score tonight, UT 15, NGU 14 in overtime. I'm Bruce Wozniak. Thanks for watching.